Good evening. This is All India Radio and I am Valsa Williams with the news at 9. The headlines. Over 59% voter turnout recorded in Delhi Assembly polls, counting on Tuesday. Prime Minister Narendra Modi expresses hope that Sri Lankan government will fulfill expectations of Tamil people for equality, justice, peace and respect. 11th Defence Expo concludes in Lucknow. Defence Minister says India will become a prominent centre of global defence manufacturing in coming years. In Jammu and Kashmir, two senior National Conference leaders shifted from preventive detention to house arrest. PDP leader and former Minister Naeem Akhtar booked under Public Safety Act. In Thailand, a soldier opens fire in Korat city, killing at least 17 people. And in cricket, India lose second ODI and the series against New Zealand in Auckland. A tentative voter turnout of over 59% was recorded in assembly elections in Delhi today. In the last assembly polls, the overall voting percentage was 67%. Briefing reporters, Chief Electoral Officer of Delhi, Dr. Ranbir Singh, said the election passed off peacefully in the national capital.
Overall, the entire process was extremely peaceful and smooth. Till all the voting has happened, will not have the final voter turnout data. But at the moment, tentative data is 57.06%. It is bound to increase.
The CEO informed that during the election, over 12 crore rupees cash has been seized so far. Mr. Singh said extensive voter education programs were organized to educate people to exercise their voting right. Deputy Election Commissioner Sudeep Jain said, due to excellent training to the polling officers, less than 1% VVPATs were replaced. He said over 13,000 polling booths were set up for over 1 crore 40 lakh voters. Our correspondents, who covered some of the key assembly constituencies in the national capital, observed that suitable arrangements were made for the people, including senior citizens and persons with disabilities.
Voting started on a slow pace in the morning, but as the day progressed, large number of people came out to exercise their franchise at different polling booths. A total of 672 candidates are in the fray for the 70-member assembly. A maximum of 28 candidates are contesting from New Delhi constituency and minimum of 4 persons from Patel Nagar seat. With the end of polling, now all eyes are fixed on Tuesday when result will be announced. In the last assembly election, Aam Aadmi Party had won 67 seats, BJP bagged 3 seats, while Congress failed to win even a single seat. Dipendra Kumar, AIR News, Delhi.
Prime Minister Narendra Modi today expressed hope that the Sri Lankan government will realize the aspirations of the Tamil community in the island nation. He was speaking after holding talks with his Sri Lankan counterpart Mahinda Rajapaksa in New Delhi.
रिकंसिलिएशन से संबंधित मुद्दों पर हमने खुले मन से बातचीत की। मुझे विश्वास है कि श्रीलंका सरकार यूनाइटेड श्रीलंका के भीतर समानता, न्याय, शांति और सम्मान के लिए तमिल लोगों की अपेक्षाओं को साकार करेगी। इसके लिए ये आवश्यक होगा कि श्रीलंका के संविधान में 13वें संशोधन को लागू करने के साथ साथ रिकंसिलिएशन की प्रक्रिया को आगे ले जाया जाए।
The Prime Minister said stability, security and prosperity in Sri Lanka is not only in India's interest but also in the interest of the entire Indian Ocean region. He said both countries have decided to deepen cooperation to combat terrorism.
आतंकवाद हमारे क्षेत्र में एक बहुत बड़ा खतरा है। हम दोनों देशों ने इस समस्या को डटकर मुकाबला किया है। आज की हमारी बातचीत में हमने आतंकवाद के खिलाफ अपना सहयोग और बढ़ाने पर चर्चा की।
In their talks, the two Prime Ministers deliberated on the entire expanse of bilateral ties and resolved to further deepen anti-terror cooperation and boost trade and investment ties. Prime Minister Modi said India has been a trusted partner in Sri Lanka's development and will continue to assist the country in its journey for peace and development. In his press statement, Mahinda Rajapaksa thanked Mr. Modi for his priority to the Neighbourhood First policy.
For his government's Neighbourhood First policy and the priority that he attached relations with Sri Lanka, we agree that our cooperation is multifaceted with the priority given by a number of areas. including security, economy, culture, and social sectors.
Mr. Rajapaksa called on President Ramnath Kovind at Rashtrapati Bhavan this evening. President Kovind said that India has always been keen to strengthen the economic pillar of India-Sri Lanka's bilateral relations. President Kovind strongly condemned the Easter terror attacks in Sri Lanka last year. He said both leaders committed to continue their resolve to fight and defeat terrorism. Mr. Rajapaksa arrived in New Delhi yesterday on a 5-day visit to India. Earlier this morning, he was given a ceremonial reception at Rashtrapati Bhavan. External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar called on the visiting dignitary and termed Sri Lanka a partner in development, progress and security. People's Democratic Party leader and former Minister Naeem Akhtar has been booked under the stringent Public Safety Act by the J&K Union Territory Administration. Akhtar is the 6th regional leader to be booked under the PSA, which allows detention from 3 months to 2 years without a trial. Earlier, 2 former Chief Ministers, Umar Abdullah and Mehbooba Mufti, were booked under the PSA. Meanwhile, the UT administration today released National Conference leader and former Speaker of J&K Legislative Assembly Mubarak Gul and National Conference leader Tanveer Sadiq from preventive detention and put them under house arrest. On the 5th of this month, People's Conference Chairman Sajjad Lone and PDP leader Wahid Para, close aide of detained former Chief Minister Mehbooba Mufti, were also released from preventive detention and put under house arrest. These leaders were part of preventive detention carried out on mainstream politicians, activists and trade union leaders after the abrogation of Article 370 last year. In Jammu and Kashmir, in yet another incident of ceasefire violation, Pakistani troops resorted to indiscriminate and unprovoked firing on Indian forward posts and civilian areas in border district of Poonch. One army Jawan was martyred in the firing. Defence spokesperson told AIR News that at around 15:45 hours, Pakistani troops started firing with small arms and shelling with mortars along the line of control in Begwar's sector of Poonch. However, the alert Indian troops retaliated effectively. The exchange of fire was going on when reports last came in. In Punjab, at least 2 persons were killed in an explosion in Taran district today. Deputy Commissioner Pradeep Kumar Sabharwal has confirmed 2 deaths. He said 9 people have been injured who have been admitted to civil hospital and Guru Nanak Super Speciality Hospital in the district. As per reports, the blast occurred during a religious procession which was taken from Bahuwind village to Gurudwara Tahla Sahib in Taran district when firecracker sparks fell on a tractor trolley carrying crackers. This is All India Radio giving you the news. For quick news updates, visit our News on AIR app and follow us on Twitter at AIR News Alerts. You can also visit our website www.newsonair.com. Defence Minister Rajnath Singh has said that India will become a prominent centre of global defence manufacturing in coming years. Speaking at the valedictory ceremony at conclusion of Defence Expo 2020 at Lucknow today, Mr. Singh stressed that the Defence Expo would also establish India as a defence manufacturing hub of the world and exporter.
डेफ एक्सपो के बंधन समारोह में जहां 71 MOUs और 13 प्रोडक्ट्स लॉन्च हुए, 6 मेजर अनाउंसमेंट्स हुए और 18 टेक्नोलॉजी ट्रांसफर एग्रीमेंट हुए, वहीं पर पैरेलल हमारी जो PSUs हैं और फॉरेन OEMs सहित अन्य प्राइवेट कंपनीज के साथ भी करीबन 100 एग्रीमेंट हुए हैं। यानी डेफ एक्सपो के दौरान टोटल एग्रीमेंट की संख्या 200 पार कर गई और इन एग्रीमेंट्स ने एक नया इतिहास रच दिया है।
The Defence Minister said the Defence Expo has succeeded in projecting a new identity of Uttar Pradesh in the defence sector, and the Defence Corridor received a huge boost for attracting new investments with the signing of 23 MOUs. He said UP stands for unlimited potential, which will very soon emerge as a hub of defence production in the country. AIR Lucknow correspondent gives us more details.
Lucknow Declaration, adopted by the first ever India-Africa Defence Ministers Conclave, is a landmark achievement of this 11th Defence Expo. In this Defence Expo, 1,024 exhibitors participated, 172 of them being foreign companies. 40 defence ministers were part of total 70 foreign delegations that visited Lucknow. Chief Minister of Uttar Pradesh, Yogi Adityanath, termed Defence Expo 20 as Defence Kumbh. Sushil Chandra Tiwari, AIR News, Lucknow.
In Thailand, at least 17 people have been shot dead and many injured when a Thai soldier opened fire in the city of Korat. Confirming the incident, a Defence Ministry spokesman told media that a junior officer had attacked his commanding officer before stealing a gun and ammunition from a military camp. He said the soldier then opened fire at a Buddhist temple and at a shopping centre in the city northeast of Bangkok. The Syrian army took control of the strategic northwestern crossroads town of Sarakeb today after a week-long offensive against the country's last major rebel bastion of Idlib. Syrian state television reported that army units are now exercising full control over the town. It said troops are combing the area for landmines and explosives left behind by the terrorists and allied rebels. In France, 5 more people have been diagnosed with the novel coronavirus. Quoting Health Minister Agnès Buzyn, national media of the country reported that it has brought the total number of confirmed cases in the country to 11. Bangladesh has announced that it will screen all inbound passengers arriving in the country as a precautionary measure to check the spread of the novel coronavirus. The Institute of Epidemiology, Disease Control and Research of Bangladesh announced this at a media briefing in Dhaka today. Earlier, only passengers arriving from China were being screened for the coronavirus. Back home, Health Secretary Preeti Sudan today reviewed the current situation of novel coronavirus in the country. She discussed the present status and preparedness on the issues of spread of the disease in New Delhi. Universal screening for all flights from Singapore and Thailand, besides Hong Kong and China, is already ongoing at earmarked aero bridges. As of now, 1,636 flights and over 1,76,000 passengers were screened so far at airports. The states and union territories are being put on alert. An adequate stock of personal protection equipment and masks is available. The ministry said 7,994 persons are presently under community surveillance in 32 states and union territories. India suffered a 22-run defeat at the hands of New Zealand in the second ODI to lose the 3-match series at Eden Park at Auckland today. Put into bat, New Zealand survived a mid-innings collapse to post a competitive 273 for 8 in their 50 overs. The Kiwi bowlers dismissed India for 251 in 48.3 overs to hand the visitors their second successive defeat. India had lost the first match by 4 wickets. The third and final ODI will be played at Bay Oval, Mount Maunganui, on Tuesday. In women's cricket, India kept its hopes alive for a place in the final of the T20 Tri-Series after a 7-wicket win over Australia at Melbourne today. Openers Smriti Mandhana and Shafali Verma gave a strong foundation to the Indian innings in reply to Australia's 173. Winning the toss, India put Australia to bat and they posted 173 for 5. India and England have 4 points each, but England tops the table due to a better run rate. The winner of the final league match between Australia and England tomorrow will decide the finalists for the title clash on Wednesday, the 12th of February. In boxing, India finished their campaign with 5 medals at the 64th Boxai Memorial Tournament at Debrecen in Hungary, with Gaurav Chauhan in 91 kilograms and Jyoti Gulia in 51 kilogram category claiming a silver each. And now, before we end the bulletin, the headlines once again. Over 59% voter turnout recorded in Delhi Assembly polls, counting on Tuesday. Prime Minister Narendra Modi expresses hope that Sri Lankan government will fulfill expectations of Tamil people for equality, justice, peace and respect. 11th Defence Expo concludes in Lucknow. Defence Minister says India will become a prominent centre of global defence manufacturing in coming years. In Jammu and Kashmir, 2 senior National Conference leaders shifted from preventive detention to house arrest. PDP leader and former Minister Naeem Akhtar booked under Public Safety Act. In Thailand, a soldier opens fire in Korat city, killing at least 17 people. And in cricket, India lose second ODI and the series against New Zealand in Auckland. And that is all in the news at 9. Good night.